Mario Kart 8 had booster packs released, and I'm not gonna be buying. I don't really put. I don't remember the last time I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It was like a while ago, but Mario Kart 8 does release a booster pass, and everybody is complaining about the booster pass. I'm probably not buying it because if you look at the booster pass, okay, it looks bad. It's basically just the tracks updated from the mobile games. This is a normal track within Mario Kart 8. This is one of the normal tracks that is not part of the booster pass. You can see all of the powers, all of the game effort put into these tracks. It feels like Nintendo is selling the mobile tracks in favor of it. Okay, and you have these people, okay, the same people who defended Sword and Shield defend this. Okay, it's the same people, okay, who will defend it. Yeah, graphics don't matter, the gameplay does. Okay, it's the same people, but the game, it's just, this is a normal track for Mario Kart 8. This is another one. This is one of the other in-game tracks. You've got all of these tracks here, all of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. Okay, and this is the new tracks. Okay, this is the new tracks. What the hell is this? There's no texture on the grass whatsoever. Okay, nothing. And of course, with the mechanic, the main gimmick was you get to swap on the roads and stuff. The anti-gravity mechanic. Oh yeah, those are nowhere to be seen at all, and tracks at all. Nowhere to be seen at all. So it seems that, what, the Wii U has a couple years, not Wii U, the Switch has a couple years left, let's just milk Mario Kart 8 for all it's worth instead of making Mario Kart 9, okay? That's what this looks like, okay? And the consensus on the tracks is that, the only good track is Ninja Hideaway and maybe Coconut Mall, which is basically, even then, that's still a butchered version of it because, they removed a lot of the things that made it great and do not take advantage of the anti-gravity mechanic. Okay, what is the point of this? Okay, this is Mario Kart 8 Booster Pack versus the DS version, and the DS one. Look at this. The DS one does look worse, but this is basically the mobile version of the track. This is Mario Kart 8 Booster Pass versus the Wii Coconut Mall, okay? And yeah, the Wii does not move, but it has more textures and personality put into the game, okay? People are so good to get this, okay? People just don't get this. Especially the people who defended Pokemon Sword and Shield's graphics and Odyssey's graphics, okay? And said those games are complete masterpieces because Nintendo fans are basically becoming like Disney fans, okay? When Nintendo makes a bad product, they'll defend it to the end of their lives, okay? Like Disney does, okay? Like Disney fans do, okay? They will defend Nintendo's decisions to the end of time, okay? Same thing with the Disney fanboys. And Disney fanboys are far worse, okay? If you don't like Turning Red, you have all the big YouTubers defending Turning Red. You have all the big, I'll talk about as well, but obviously now. But this is ridiculous. And of course, they're going to have all the really big YouTubers, of course, defend this. They say, oh, but the masterpiece. And, you're being ungrateful. You're being too critical towards a DLC pack. And I'm not buying this DLC pack. I don't play this game online because I don't want to buy these Switch online because I just don't want to. But, and it just seems that Nintendo's going back into the dark age of Nintendo. Going back to the dark age of Nintendo. We thought that Nintendo learned the lesson from 2015 Nintendo to 2016 Nintendo. We thought that Nintendo learned the lesson. Of course, Game Freak does. The new Pokemon games still look graphically underwhelming compared to Breath of the Wild, the new Kirby game, Mario Odyssey, those games. And people say, but graphics don't matter, okay? Okay? This is the same people, okay? I don't care if Mario Kart 8, the DLC pack. I don't care, but I don't want it to look like Halo Infinite. I don't want it to look like, Elden Ring, okay? I want the DLC packs to look like the graphics of the original game, okay, of the original game of Mario Kart 8. Okay, isn't it that hard to ask to make Mario Kart 8 DLC look like the original game? Because the original Mario Kart 8 looks beautiful. Okay, the original tracks look beautiful. They look amazing. Okay, and this is what these people just don't get. Okay, these people who will defend, Sword and Shield, the same people who defended Booster Pack. This is the original graphics of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This looks beautiful. It looks amazing. Okay? Same thing with Breath of the Wild. I compared Sword and Shield to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild looks amazing. Mario Odyssey looks amazing. Okay? And you have games with their own art style that, look amazing. You have games like Borderlands. Okay? Yeah, those games have their own art style, but they look great with their own art style. Okay, you have all these games that don't have to be 4K pseudo simulators to be good looking. I don't know why people can't face, and these people like you're the graphics wall. Okay, I really just said the original Mario Kart 8 looks amazing and here's the thing: Mario Kart 8 was released for the Wii U. Okay. So you can't just say, oh, but the graphics, blah 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 blah, because your defense gets destroyed because the game should look like this. The DLC should look like this. Okay, that's bottom line here. Okay, the DLC should look like the original tracks from Mario Kart 8, which was released on the Wii U. Okay, that's the bottom line here. Okay. And people are gonna notice and are gonna complain. Normal, smaller YouTubers are gonna complain because, of course, they're not gonna get the big guys, to complain. You're not gonna get the big guys to complain. The big guys of 1 million plus subscribers, because they're gonna be like, oh, but we want to be on Nintendo's good side, okay? Same thing of people who are defending Sword and Shield, the big PokeTubers. But we want to have it on Game Freak's side, okay? And there's lots of good things that comes from criticism, okay? Sonic, the movie, okay? Changing the character, okay? If no one complained about Sonic's visual design, Sonic will have flopped and we'll have never gotten a Sonic sequel, okay? And people will say, oh yeah, Sonic doesn't know a bad video game movie, okay? If people didn't complain about, certain features in games, if people didn't complain about certain features like some games, like, there's a lot of games examples, but for example, people didn't complain about like No Man's Sky. The developers would have said the game would have died. Same thing with Destiny. That's why Destiny 2 has such a big player base, because players never complained about Destiny's lack of content when they made Destiny 2 basically like a big game. They basically want to make Destiny 2 like the long game where they just add new content DLCs. And thousands of people who still play Destiny 2. Hundreds of thousands of people still play Destiny 2. Okay? And sometimes developers don't listen to criticism, like Nintendo. Nintendo does sometimes listen to criticism. For example, with Kirby's Star Allies being underwhelming as it is, Kirby Forgotten Land is definitely much better than Star Allies was, okay? But Origins Arceus, they, of course, the graphics didn't get any improvement, but they basically focused on the gameplay. Okay? They could have really focused more on the graphics and derated it more, instead of releasing 2 Pokemon games in 1 year, which is a very bad idea, in my opinion. Okay? The problem is that developers, okay, it's not just Nintendo, rush out things and rush out stuff to meet this deadline, okay? For example, there are lots of rushed games that came out before the PS4 and Xbox One came out, okay? Because they want to get in that 360 PS3 pie before the next gen consoles came out, okay? Nintendo's basically doing the same thing. Before Nintendo's next console out, respect a bunch of rushed games out because they want to meet these deadlines because games take longer to develop, okay? Why don't you just make a console last longer, okay? How about a decade? So you don't have rushed games, okay? So you can take your time on games, okay? We don't need the console generations don't have to be only like 5 or 6 years. You can make them longer, okay? Don't have to be this long. I know they're doing this because PS4 came out, PS5, Xbox Series X came out, okay? But and the same thing at the end of the Xbox One and PS4 era. You had a lot of games being rushed out because they don't want to miss out on the next gen pie. So they just rush, for example, Cyberpunk and stuff. You said, oh, but let's just put it out. Okay, so a lot of other games as well. Okay, and a lot of games with unfinished story, a lot of criticized games. Okay, the new Battlefield is an example of that. They want, or games being rushed out so it can be, the first on the next gen consoles. Okay, and of course, let's not forget the infamous, oh yeah, but we have to get our games out before this deadline, like Battlefield, Sonic 06. Okay, this is nothing new in gaming, obviously. Rushing, and it's always going to exist because game developers because the game companies do not give a crap. But Nintendo is not like those others. They're known for their powers. They're known for this stuff. Okay, I know we're not gonna talk about Game Freak, but Nintendo is known for their powers. Okay. These tracks should have the same love and care put in them as the originals. And if you disagree with that, then you're actually wrong. Because the game should work. The DLC should not be a downgrade from the original game. And I know you guys can get angry regardless. Because, of course, but graphics don't matter. Blah, 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 blah. And, but if they mattered so much, then why are people complaining? Okay? And these people are always going to exist. These people who will say that graphics don't matter. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And this whole really thing of graphics don't matter really came in a response of like people hating the game Undertale or Minecraft because of the graphics. Okay, people hating on indie games like I used to do. That's because they had 16-bit and 32-bit graphics, which according to a lot of people and trolls would be considered outdated. Okay. As well, using sprites would be considered outdated, okay? That we have to move on from sprites, okay? And blah, 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 okay? And this is the problem, okay? And then we got the whole new thing, and it didn't help with Call of Duty fanboys as well, doing the same thing as well. And now I have all these people saying, defending, bad game graphics or games that look like a downgrade from the original. And, you have, Pokemon, the whole Sword and Shield thing, Legends Arceus. And Legends Arceus does look pretty bad graphics-wise, but a lot of people said the gameplay looks pretty fun, so, but the Mario Kart 8 DLC is just an embarrassment, okay? That's all it is, an embarrassment, okay? A fucking embarrassment, okay? The Nintendo should be ashamed of themselves. I could do a rant on Nintendo Switch Sports, but I never really liked the Wii to begin with. So, I don't really have any nostalgia for Wii Sports or, the Wii, because I always hated the Wii. But really maybe stop playing the Xbox instead, because, the Wii is just stupid. Maybe it's because I'm just too lazy to move my hand around with a controller because I thought it was stupid. Maybe one day I could give the Wii a chance again. And maybe the Wii it's probably not that bad of a console, but yeah, this is just complete disgrace, Nintendo, okay? This looks just bad, okay? Looks like you put no effort into this DLC pack whatsoever. Goodbye.